This is my quiet place. My front porch is a place I come to often when I need to reflect. The director's chair that occupies this space has become the most comfortable chair I own. It is sheer coincidence that this piece of furniture carries the same title I hope to carry one day. This is a familiar place to me, but I don't really take the time to be mindful of my surroundings when I sit here. As I sit, I first notice the taste of my cigarette. It's not a pleasant taste, but it is a taste that's familiar and somehow comforting. I know that it's a bad habit that I need to give up, but in this moment, it is a welcome distraction from the stress of the day. I allow myself to examine my environment with the presence of mind to be aware of all my senses. I notice the clouds in the sky first. Dark and dreary rain clouds with just the tiniest bit of sunlight trying to shine through. I smell the familiar aroma of a fall rain that somehow ushers in a feeling of cleanliness and renewal. Faint smells of food start to waft my way from the local diner down the street, making me long for something more palatable than my morning smoke. I hear the steady cycle of rubber tires on wet pavement as I watch the traffic pass by my house. This, too, is a familiar sight and sound that is comfortable, but also makes me realize that my quiet space isn't as quiet as I'd like it to be. I try to adjust my perception and focus on the sounds of the rain dripping off the house and the leaves blowing in the gentle breeze. My feet suddenly become painfully aware of the cold cement they're resting on. I take one last look around, trying to fill out my observations for this assignment, and I notice an American flag blowing in the wind. It inspires in me an old feeling of patriotism, true patriotism, the kind that welcomes the underdogs, the outcasts, and the persecuted. It saddens me for a moment as I think about how far our country has fallen, but inspires me even more so to be the voice of change that I feel called to be. This assignment really didn't take up a lot of my time, but it left me awake and inspired to do something worthwhile. In the future, when I feel stressed out, I hope this lesson will come back to me. It really wasn't hard to find 15 minutes to be mindful and ground myself. This exercise was helpful in a lot of ways, but most of all, I feel like it gave me a realistic look at my current situation, and it made me appreciate where I'm at now and how far I've come.